Okay, so how to operate the snowblower. So generally you'll go in, let me back this thing up. There we go. Generally you go in through this door. Sometimes you might have to go in through this door. But right now it's not locked, so I can just, spin the handle and lift the door up. And so there is the snowblower. Let me turn on some lights in there, so maybe we can see a little bit better. Okay, so here you have the snowblower. So obviously that's where you don't stick your hand. And this is the control side. So what we have is we have grip here, and when you push them down, they do their respective things. So the one on the right side is the auger clutch, and that's what turns on the auger and gets that guy spinning. And then the one on the left side is the drive clutch. And then if you look here, you have this that is for how far the snow is going to shoot. And you can see that if we move low and high, and you can see the chute going low and high. And if you want to go shoot the snow far, then you have it high, and if you want to shoot the snow low, you have it low. And then the one in the middle is how fast the engine is going, and in general we always want to be on fast. And then you have the speed, and then you have so you see the green is the neutral, and then if you push it all the way forward, that's its fastest speed. And it's walking essentially. And then if you want to go slower, if the snow's heavier, you generally want to go slower, so you'd keep it in the slower position. And then back here we have the choke and the key switch, and the key always stays in there. We never take it out. So to start it, I pull the choke out all the way, and then I turn that on, and you could do there's not really a wrong or right sequence. And then what I'm going to do, and hopefully you're going to be able to see this, is I reach down here and I pull on this. And then once it starts, I push the choke in, and then if I want to go forwards, I go forwards. So now you can kind of see it outside. The one thing that, let me turn it off again. The one thing that I didn't explain earlier on the controls is down here you have this guy, and he directs where the snow is going. So if you look over there, you can see that if I want to go to the left, I turn him clockwise, and if I want to go to the right, I turn him counterclockwise. And that's pretty much the snowblower. It's got this track drive. It's pretty easy to use. You just make sure that you don't stick your hands in the front. And if it does get clogged, if we get really wet snow, you'll stop it, and then you'll take this guy off, this little kind of batoni thing, and you'll stick it down there and bang on this guy, and then you'll put it back right there. Pretty easy to use. Gas goes in the gas tank. I'll make sure the gas is filled, and and that's pretty much it. And there is oh yeah, one more thing. So if you look down here, there is this bolt right there, and there's one for each side. And essentially what that is that if you hit a rock or something, it will stop this guy from spinning. And then so what you'll have to do is you'll have to turn the snowblower off, you have to wipe off the snow, and then you're going to have to put a new bolt and nut through here. You'll have to line it up with this little plastic piece to get through there, and then you'll just tighten it. And that's just to save the engine and transmission if you hit a rock or anything. I'm pretty good. I probably do that twice a year. You just got to make sure you don't hit anything. And then, so when you do the driveway, generally what you're going to do is when you start back here you know, typically I'll drive back up the snowblower and start back here, and I'll blow the snow to the other side of this fence and try to get it so it goes back that way into their deep backyard. And then when I do this side of the driveway, I try to blow it right here along the wall. And then when I come kind of back to here, I try to split the driveway and I blow half of it in the front to the fence side and half of it to the other side. And then, you know, right now there's not a berm or anything, but you know, the berm takes a while, and you're gonna have to either take little 6-inch passes at it until you whittle it away. And you can kind of see the parking pad here and here. And then generally when I do the front, I'll do this, and you kind of have to go slow when you go up this walkway. And you kind of see that it's irregular, so it kind of, you know, you get pushed around a little bit, but it's usually not anything to worry about. And then I come here and I back up and I go forwards and do it on the way back. And then if we go to the backyard, and this is kind of optional, this is kind of a more advanced intermediate kind of deal, that when you go through the fence here, the snowblower just barely fits through. So what you're going to want to do when you go through the fence, if you don't, and you don't have to, you can just shovel back there, and it's, you know, and that's fine. You make sure that you throttle down all the way. So you go here to where the little thing is, and you make sure you have that guy slow, and you just creep through there really slowly, and it's usually not a big deal. And then if you want to do even more, you go through here and you can kind of do the same thing, and generally blowing the snow kind of that way into over the fence is usually what you do. And this is where the garbage is. You see, we got the recycling one and the regular garbage cans, and these guys got to go out Friday morning. So hopefully that works.